Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage, and welcome back to Community Fridays. Joker is in the kitchen again. I am hereby dubbing him as the resident chef of Base Damage. I try to cook, but this man is the fucking Gordon Ramsay with what he pumps out here. But let's take a look. We have a red and blue Shakugan no Shana deck, focused primarily, it seems, with the 8 pants build on Hecate, which just makes me think of that one chick from Reborn with the hat and everything. I think her name was Uni or something. But yeah, no, he got back at the kitchen and is like, yo, here you go, okay, have fun. So let's take a look here, jumping right in. We have, so this is going to be stuff, if I'm not mistaken, primarily from the premium booster, but I think you do have cards like this. No, that's from premium booster as well. It might have some cards, no, because this is all English. No, okay. So this, as of the recording of this, does not have anything from Dengeki Bunko just yet. Because this is all in English on deck log. So this doesn't have any Dengeki Bunko just yet, but when that drops, you know, that may change. We might have some more stuff. So, Path to Walk with Yuji Shana. If you have 4 or more other flame characters, this gets minus a level in your hand. Very easy to pull off. Let's see. The total level of cards in your level is 6 or higher. She gets 500 power. And when this card attacks, choose one of your flame characters, so she can pick herself if needed, and give it 1500 till end of turn. So she'll be a 95, but she could buff herself to 11k if need be. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card to put the top card of your clock into your stock. So early play stock healer, can't go wrong there. 4 copies of, obviously. 1 copy of Tiamat's Contractor Wilhelmina is a 3/2/10k. When this is placed on stage from hand, she gets a buff times the number of your flame characters, so up to 2500 buff. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can rest one of your characters. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 climax in their waiting room, return all cards from their waiting room except that card into the deck, and your opponent shuffles their deck. So decompresses them, very nice. Also an act of put 1 card from hand into waiting room. Choose one of your flame characters and it gets 2500 power till end of turn. I don't know if this needs to reverse. I don't know if this Hecate needs to reverse. No, it's just on attack. So you don't even need the buff in particularly, but it's there. It's good. So the climax combo of the level 3 one is Divine Recall Hecate. It's a 3/2/10k. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may discard 1 card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. A lot of stock healing, which is really cool. When this card attacks, if until the realization of the next wish is in your climax area, which is a pants trigger, you can pay 2 to burn 2. Very simplistic. Almost feels like it came off of a trial deck character, but obviously the trial deck character isn't also going to have stock heal at the same time, I don't think. So that's pretty cool. Getting into the level 2s, Crystallization of Thousands of Wishes Hecate is a 2/16k. At the beginning of your climax phase, choose one of the following abilities. And this card gets that ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this attacks, if the character facing this is level 3 or higher, this gets 6k power till end of turn. When this card becomes reversed, if the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character at the bottom of your opponent's deck. So it's either trying to nuke level 3s or probably stop your opponent from early playing them just in general. Like it's a level 3, the 6k buff doesn't get over. It's like, okay, cool, we're just going to ram into this. This is just an anti-level 3 card in general on both fronts. 2 copies of Oracle Priestess Hecate is a 2/155. All of your level 3 or higher characters in front of this card get plus 2k. And when your character's trigger check reveals a pants trigger icon, you can discard 1 card from your hand to the waiting room. If you do, look up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Put them on top of your deck in any order, and then draw up to 1 card. So you can pick which one you want to draw, and then the other one becomes like what the trigger is going to be. What the next trigger is going to be. So, very nice. Getting to the level 1s. Okay, so the level 1 combo is still going to be blue, but we do have some red, some Shana. Betting all on this sword, Shana. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card. Reveal the top card of your deck, choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room, return it to hand. X is equal to the level of the revealed card. Very good, just to get some digging. But 3 copies of, pretty cool. Trying to maybe get your level 1 combo or whatever the heck. Obviously, there's a lot of level 0s, but it's because you have a lot of interesting utility in Shana and everything. So We got one copy of... Okay, so we still have an anti-change backup, which y'all have to worry about this one because it's a level 1 anti-change backup. So it's a 1k backup, but then when you use the backup, you can discard 2 cards. Choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than the level and just send it to waiting room. So it's just a typical send to waiting room, but it's at level 1, so y'all need to pay the fuck attention if you're going up against Shana. 3 copies of Logic and Emotions Yuji. I don't remember him having the long hair. I think this is a later season. When this is placed on stage from hand, this gets X power equal to the number of flame characters or characters with Konoe in their card names. Let's see, that is 500. Counts himself, so 25, so he'll be a 65. On attack, choose one of your flame characters or characters with Konoe in its card name, and that character gets 1500 power until end of turn. So 65. So it becomes an 8k if you give all the buff to himself and everything. So that's kind of significant, kind of gets big. But you can also give it to this. Oh, okay, this does have to reverse. So you're probably going to give this, give that buff or anything like it to these Hekates. So 104k, this gets 1000 power for each other flame character or Konoe in its card name in your backstage. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if direct confrontation is in your climax area, which is the other pants trigger, and you have 2 or more other characters, you can discard a card, choose up to 2 flame characters or characters with Konoe in your waiting room and return them to your hand. So very nice there. So being able to basically kind of Zekken Yuki, but from waiting room and not deck. So very cool there. 1 copy. Okay, so the Climax Swapper. Dressed Up Shana is on play. Look at the top card of your deck. Put on top of your deck or into your waiting room. Very simple, very good. And on play, you can pay 1, pitch a Climax to salvage back a Climax. Gotta have the Climax Swapper. Even with 8 pants, it's always good to have the 1. Right, that's fair. We have 3 copies of Growing Up in the City Shana. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, put the top card of your deck into your clock. Search your deck for a level 1 or lower character. Reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. And if your experience is 2 or higher, when this attacks, you can give another character 1k. So, a little bit extra buff, but the main thing is you're probably trying to play that to grab the Hekates, but then this can attack and, you know, give the buff to the Hekate since you need to be able to reverse. Actually, I didn't do math for this one. 1000 for each of your other flame. So she's constantly a 6k, which I do like because that states defensively as well. But then Pants Trigger makes her a 7k. So you're rocking 7k minimum needing to reverse, and I've already seen several cards that do buffing, so hopefully should have enough. But let's see what other ones we have here possibly. We do have your typical oversized level 0 Mobilizer of Ceremonial Equipment. I'm going to butcher that name, so we're just going to say Hoodie Person. Can't play events or backup from hand. Typical 4k oversized level 0. 1 copy of Unrivaled Love for Melon Bread Shana is a 0015. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can put 1 card from your hand into your clock. If you do, look up to X cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card amongst them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. X is equal to the number of other flame characters you have. So, other meaning with a full field, you can look up to 4 cards from the top of the deck, but you get to pick any card. You're just dealing yourself a damage for it. That's whatever. When a Climax is placed on your opponent's Climax area, you can put this card into your stock. Very nice. 3 copies of Undaunted Heart Shana, which is when this is put into your waiting room from your stage, you can discard a card. If you do, look up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card. You could grab events with this, just saying. Amongst them, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. And on death, when it's put in the waiting room from stage, you can pay 2 to salvage back a flame character from waiting room. So, very simplistic, just utility overall, trying to do hand filtering, trying to get your combos and stuff set up. Beautiful Maiden of Peerless Combatant Skills, Wilhelmina. That is a mouthful of a fucking name. 0015. 3 different act abilities. So, a pay 1, sack this, look at up to 4 to add a flame character amongst those to hand. Tap this to give a character 500 times that character's level. And pay 1, choose one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters in their center stage and send them to waiting room. So just a bunch of utility on 1 card, just to have. It's kind of nice. Hekate in a Yukata is a 00500. All of your characters in front of this get 500, but it also can sack itself to bring back a character when they're sent to the waiting room. So basically, it's an encore for sacrificing itself. Once again, very Uni-esque, just saying. 1 copy of Colorful Wave of Felis. Feelies? I don't know. So 0035, it gives the demerit of your opponent's characters get reduced encore, but when this card is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, search your deck for a flame character added to hand. It's just the fact that it's oversized. Basically, it gets the slight little drawback, but otherwise, just a typical drop searcher, but it's good. Master Throne Hecate. We have 001K. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of the characters on your opponent's center stage. It gets negative 500, and it is the Brainstormer of the deck. Pay 1, tap this, mill 4 for each climax, salvage back a character from your waiting room. So salvaging on the Brainstormer and on the level 1 combo, and just in general, lots of good salvaging, searching, and filtering throughout the entirety of this deck. But 3 copies of the Brainstormer. 4 copies of Direct Confrontation, 1k1 Pants Trigger, and 4 copies of Until the Realization of the Next Wish is 1k1 as well. Like I said, it's just so many similarities to Uni. I need to finish watching all of Shana. I never did, but anyway. And that is going to be it for the deck. A big thank you once again to Joker for submitting this for Community Fridays. If you want to submit your own deck list as well, in general or for Community Fridays, feel free to join our Discord. There will be a link in the description you can use to join the Discord. When you hop in, there will be some channels on the left side. Just look for Community Friday submissions or deck list submissions in general. I'll pick from both for different videos and whatnot. But at the same time, if you want to just post up your stuff to let us see what you've been cooking in the kitchen, feel free to do so. And it's really fun to look over these decks. Like I said, I wasn't going to mess with Shana but so much, but seeing all these deck lists, it makes me want to A, go back and watch it, and B, kind of do something with Shana, like making a deck or something, but it's whatever. We'll see if that happens in the future or not, but that is going to be it for now. Thank y'all very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. If not, hey, thanks for stopping by to check it out, and we'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.